Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Marie Ollie, your CEO and founder for Just Gorgeous. So, we have some exciting questions that we need to answer, or maybe I should say I. I don't know why I keep saying we because I'm not used to the word I. That's what happens when you're a team player and you have like 10 million kids. Anyhow, let's get to business because people's attention span is like this short. So let's get it rocking here and get you off my YouTube and share and share and share. Okay, so this is actually kind of like a part two because we got some overwhelming emails and inputs about my tips on interviews last week that I put out. If you didn't see it, go check it out, okay? Because I also did a review. But if I'm going too fast, I'm sorry about it. Please do try to keep up with me, okay? All right. So, the first question that we are going to address: what is the difference between leadership and a boss? Who? So, don't look this up on Webster, okay? Because this is just Marie's opinion, definition, and whatnot. So, if you want to shoot the messenger, that would be me. Okay. So, since you asked me, I'm going to answer it. So, to me, the difference between a leadership and a boss, let's talk about leadership first. Someone who is a leadership in the leadership role is someone that people looks up to, people that who wants to follow you because you present certain qualities and skill sets that people definitely see in you in order for them to follow you to the moon and back. What are those qualities? You're probably a person of strength. You're probably a person who is sincere, who is passionate, who loves others, who wants to develop others, who wants to train others, and who wants to challenge others, and who will also not be afraid to call out what your weaknesses may be, but they will call it out in a way where you learned from it versus feeling all offended and then, you're all like, down in the dumps. Okay. So, a leader is also someone who is courageous, who has great courage, that wants to empower you, inspire you, motivate you, and lead you to the moon. Because if my leader was to tell me I'm going to the moon, guess what? I'm coming with you, knowing that you have all these great qualities that you possess. Okay. And someone who is a boss, I know that I got some text messages on who are you talking about? I wasn't talking about anyone in specific. Okay, it's general. But if the shoe sure does fit, please by all means fill it. And if that's you, perhaps you may need to do a self appraisal of yourself. Because if you're bossing people around and you are demanding people without giving something, then perhaps either A, you're not the right fit for the management role, or B, you hired the wrong people to be in your team. Remember, we don't always hire the people that we like, but we hire people that that are probably more experienced than us, who has the strength. You want to build your team around strength, courage, empowerment, knowledge, intelligence, experience. If you are a manager that is afraid of other people's experience, what they have to bring because they're stronger than you're not going to be successful. The only way you're going to be successful is by taking all that knowledge, experience of success, of surrounding yourself with power, is, moving forward. And if you don't do that, where are you going to go? You can't do it all. You have to be able to know the power of leverage by teaching others to duplicate the same system. And guess what? If you do it well, you would be successful. So don't talk down to people and don't make demands of people. And, you shouldn't be anyone's mommy or daddy at the workplace, because if you have to do that, you might need to get rid of somebody, or you might need to get rid of yourself. Next question. How do you answer the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, great. That is a great question, because guess what? The only reason why you don't know how to answer that question is simply and very simple. You don't have a 5 year plan. You need to sit down and put down what your 5 year plan and what your goals are for the next 5 years. The only reason why you cannot answer that because you simply don't know. And please don't try to make it up, because the employer will know that you are lying through your teeth. And that's not a good look, okay? Jot down what it is that you want to accomplish within the next 5 years. And if you see yourself within the next 5 years in starting your own business, then say that. Don't be afraid. Let them know that you want to be successful. Let them know that you're ambitious. Let them know that you've got dreams, and that if they don't give you, the successes within their company, then you need to leave. And then they'll know you're a person that is always hungry. Okay, so stay hungry. That's how you answer that. When is a good time to ask for a raise? The best time to ask for a raise if your title is changing, or if the company is piling on so many responsibilities, or you're taking on 2 or 3 other people. Then guess what, people? Don't be afraid. Go sit down and talk to your manager. They're probably taking on a whole lot too. And perhaps if you're like the old-fashioned type of worker, you're probably going to take it all and just do it. Okay, don't do that, because we are all worth something, and the company that we work for needs to know that you are a valuable employee. Okay, give yourself self-appraisals, performance reviews, your yearly review, your biannual, review is the best time to ask for a raise. Tips on negotiating salary with a potential employer. Okay, what are the tips? Well, if you're negotiating your salary, you definitely want to give yourself a 10%, 15% increase than from what you're making. Definitely not lower than that. But guess what, people? There are things that comes along with that request. You need to be the person that you say you are. You need to definitely study your worth. You definitely need to understand the abilities and the skill sets and the experience that you bring. And that if you are going to say it in the interview, oh, by golly goodness gracious, you better walk it. Because if any manager who is a good manager sees that you did not bring what you told him or her in the interview that you could bring, they should let you go. I mean, simply as that. I'm sorry, people. We're not here to, to feel sorry for ourselves. But if you're going to tell somebody on a delivery, then you better deliver it, okay? Because the expectations of you needs to come forth, because we do become stagnant, and we don't want to do that. The next question is, what are the best ways to control your nervous habits in an interview? One simple tip that works for me at all time. No, it's not looking at everybody naked. I know I've heard that at a presentation somewhere. No. Okay. Do not envision your employer that, especially when you're a speaker. Take yourself into a zone that is safe, that makes you happy, that would actually calm the blood pressure down, bring that blood pressure all the way down. Think about a vacation, think about your kids, think about your partner, think about something that takes you into a happy place that is peaceful and calming. If you're like a beach person, which I am a water baby, I love the beach, I'll think about the beach when I'm taking my kids on the snow trip or on a camping trip. That's what makes me happy. Or cooking, even though I hate to cook all the time, I do think about the things that I like to cook, because I love to see people's reactions when they eat my food. So that's how you calm yourself and bring your nervous systems down, okay? Let me see here. How do you answer the question, tell me about yourself? Well, people, that question about telling them about yourself is basically your resume all in a summary, okay? In a nutshell. So that way you actually cover all the questions that they have for you. So when they ask you that, that is your opportunity to deliver who you are in a few minutes, and you've covered all their other questions. So therefore you don't have to talk as much as you do, because guess what? If you're doing all the talking and the employer's just looking at you, you may need to zip it. Okay. The more the employer talks, the better off you are. But when they ask you a question, be specific, be detailed, and deliver it with a punch that, yes, I want that job and this is why. And guess what? I have my seminar coming up on January 10th, and I hope each and every one of you will come and check out me, because we have an amazing program for that workshop. I'm so excited. So with that being said, people, have yourself a wonderful weekend, whatever it is that you're doing. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, what am I about to tell you? That you are gorgeous. Mwah! Bye, everybody.